Bluey may look like weekend cartoons and happy music, but it hides secrets darker than Bandit's burned meat pies. 1. Chattermax won't stay put. Something's not right with Chattermax. One moment it's on a shelf, the next it's behind a vase, then hiding in a kitchen cabinet. No one ever moves it, no one even talks about it, and it never turns off. Nudge it once, and those giant eyes light up like it's waiting. It even shows up in random yards like it walked there itself. Either Bandit keeps stuffing it in places, hoping it stays quiet, or this toy has plans. Sweet dreams, right? 2. The $5 that wouldn't die. There is one $5 bill in Bluey that refuses to leave the story. It starts with Bluey buying a toffee apple, but the same note keeps showing up again and again. It jumps from a busker's hat to an ice cream stand, then back to the busker like it has unfinished business. Nobody notices it, but it is always there, lurking in wallets and cash drawers. Either the animators ran out of ideas for new money, or this thing is cursed and just likes watching people spend it. 3. The dad nobody talks about. There is a moment in the quiet game that is easy to miss. Bandit walks past a dog sitting on the sidewalk with a hat flipped up for spare change. Look closer. He has the same fur, same build, and same face as the terriers. That is not a coincidence. He never appears at school or birthday parties. Their mom is always alone. The kids never mention him. It is like the show quietly slipped in a broken family story while everyone was laughing at a silly game. 4. The yogurt crime scene. Bingo's birthday looks fun until you spot Buddy near the snack table. He drags a stool over, climbs up, and dunks his whole hand straight into the yogurt tub. He does not use a spoon. He does not stop at one scoop either. He licks his fingers, goes back for more, and strolls off like nothing happened. The kids keep eating it later, completely clueless. Forget party games. This is the real danger. One pup and a yogurt tub away from complete biological warfare. 5. The car seat secret. Something changes between seasons, and no one says a word about it. At first, Bingo rides with a normal seatbelt just like Bluey. Then, out of nowhere, she appears strapped into a heavy-duty car seat with extra buckles like she is preparing for liftoff. Bandit also drives slower, eyes glued to the road. Way too careful for a cartoon dad. Put it together, and it feels like something happened off-screen. Maybe a small accident, maybe a big scare. Whatever it was, the healers clearly learned the hard way. 6. Stripe's microwave meltdown. Bingo's birthday has balloons, cake, music, and one uncle losing his mind in the kitchen. Stripe just wants a warm meat pie. That is it, but the microwave will not cooperate. First, the pies come out frozen. Then, he presses another button, and they return lava hot. He tries again. Same disaster. 6 times in a row. Meanwhile, everyone else enjoys the party, while Stripe fights a silent war with a small machine. It is funny until you realize this dog might be one beep away from a breakdown. 7. Cracks in Muffin's house. Muffin acts wild, but watch closely and you see why. Stripe and Trixie argue in more than one episode. Voices rise, doors slam, and there is Muffin, hiding under a table or breaking something like it is no big deal. She does not look surprised because this is normal for her. The fights keep happening while the kids play around it. Nobody talks about it. Nobody explains it. Muffin just keeps spinning like a tiny storm, learning to survive in a house full of thunder. 8. Bandit's old wound walks back in. As a kid, Bandit loved drawing cars until one classmate told him they looked terrible. He stopped drawing forever. That sounds small until you see the same classmate years later. Now grown up, working as the real estate agent selling Bandit's house. Bandit forces a smile, but you can feel the sting through the screen. This is not a fun reunion. It is like your childhood bully returning to handle your mortgage. Some scars fade. Others put on a suit and hand you moving paperwork. 9. The Easter Bunny cover-up. In the Easter episode, the girls wake up to no eggs, no chocolates, nothing. Bandit reads a note claiming the Easter Bunny is running late. It sounds cute until you read between the lines. The family is selling the house that season. Money seems tight. 2 years with no Easter treats starts looking less like a bunny problem and more like a budget problem. Maybe Bandit could not buy eggs and invented a story to keep the magic alive. It worked, but the truth feels heavier than chocolate. 10. Missy's silent story. When all the kids run crying to their parents and pass the parcel, every child matches their mom perfectly. Same colors, same breed, except Missy. She runs to a dog that looks nothing like her. It stands out once you notice it. Add in Missy's nervous personality, the way she startles easily and clings to friends, and it begins to feel like there is more to her story. The show never says it out loud, but the clues whisper that Missy's family started differently from everyone else's. 11. Muffin's life revolves around ballet. Muffin's dramatic flair has always been obvious, but a quiet detail in the background hints that ballet might be her true calling. In one scene, a framed photo shows her mid-performance. dressed for the stage with the kind of focus usually reserved for serious dancers. It is not just a costume moment from playtime, it feels like part of a real event, the kind a proud family member would frame and display. This explains her relentless passion in episodes where she insists on dancing even when it makes no sense. For Muffin, ballet is not a game, it is a lifestyle, and the Healer family walls are quietly decorated with proof of her tiny, tutu-wearing ambitions. 12. Mr. Monkey Jocks finds a way. Bandit donates old toys, clearing out the house, but one plush refuses to disappear. Mr. Monkey Jocks leaves in a donation box, shows up in a thrift shop, and later ends up with a sick child in the hospital. Somehow, it keeps returning to the same people like it has its own travel plans. Nobody mentions it, nobody explains it. It drifts from hand to hand, always popping back up where it matters most, like it knows exactly whose day needs saving next. 13. Cornelius and the dating plot twist. Winton's dad could star in his own soap opera. One episode shows him holding hands with someone special. A few episodes later, that same someone flirts with another dog while Cornelius eats alone like nothing happened. Then he is seen chatting with yet another dog at a cafe. By the finale, he has moved in with someone completely new. Nobody comments on it. The kids play, the adults mingle, and Cornelius just keeps living his quiet romantic roller coaster while the show pretends nothing unusual is happening. 14. Mia and Captain's secret boat ride. The episode Barky Boats focuses on Bluey and Mackenzie, but something else sneaks into the background. Mia and Captain name their boats, set them in the water, and watch as the two drift together until they touch. The kids barely react, but it feels like a tiny first date disguised as a school project. Later, episodes keep showing them side by side at games and fairs. No dialogue, no spotlight, just two pups slowly orbiting each other like Bluey's first secret crush blooming off camera. 15. Calypso's quiet superpower. Pretzel spends his first day at school alone, playing by himself, saying almost nothing. Calypso never pushes him to join the others. She does not give big speeches or point him out. Instead, she gently guides the other kids toward activities that pass right by Pretzel's spot. Slowly, without realizing it, they start including him. It looks effortless, like she can read minds and rearrange the day without saying a word. Calypso turns a lonely kid's day around, using nothing but patience and perfect timing. 16. Rusty, the accidental hero. Winton builds a block tower while chaos explodes around him. Missy's runaway cart keeps smashing through it over and over. Rusty is too busy tossing a rugby ball to notice anything. Then the cart rolls toward the tower again, just as Rusty drops the ball and blocks the path by accident. The cart stops. Winton finishes his tower. Rusty never even looks back. He thinks he is playing a game, but he actually saves the day without knowing it. Heroic timing, zero awareness. 17. Bluey hides tributes to other cartoons. Some background details in Bluey go far beyond simple set dressing. In Double Babysitter, Rad's truck has a sticker that looks exactly like Cat's, the smooth-talking villain from Courage the Cowardly Dog. It is a sly nod to a cartoon known for being much creepier than anything in the Healer household. Then, in another episode, a toy car sits near the family table with the same bold red color and windshield eyes as Lightning McQueen from Cars, only with ears and a tail. These quick cameos feel like winks from the animators to anyone watching closely enough to notice. 18. Chilli's hidden win. One episode shows family photos on the wall as Bandit clumsily heads down the stairs. Most people missed the small picture of Chilli holding up a first-place trophy. It is easy to assume Bandit was the only athlete in the family, but that single photo changes the story. Chilli might have been a champion herself, winning at field hockey or some other sport, long before she became the calm, sensible counter to Bandit's chaos. The show never mentions it, but the proof hangs right there. 19. The unicorn party that lost a pony. In the episode Pass the Parcel, Muffin's birthday is full of sparkles, balloons, and unicorns. Her party invitation even shows 4 unicorns on it, so you'd expect some actual pony magic, right? Well, not exactly. Only one pony shows up. And here's the strange part. 2 ponies appeared with their handler in the Markets episode. So where did the second one go? Did the budget only cover one pony that day? Did the other get stage fright or a bad haircut? Or maybe Muffin demanded the more unicorn-looking one and banished the backup. Whatever the reason, one thing's clear. Someone promised unicorns and delivered half the magic, and Muffin doesn't seem the type to let that slide. This is either a production oversight or the start of a missing pony mystery. 20. Life rolls by in the background. Bluey never makes big speeches about real-world issues, but one quick moment says everything. While Bandit walks through the city in the quiet game, a boy in a wheelchair rolls past with an adult beside him. No one stares, no one reacts. The story keeps moving like nothing unusual happened. It lasts only a few seconds, but it feels important. Real life slides right into the scene without drama or explanation, like the show is saying, of course this world has room for everyone. 21. The Cat Conspiracy. Something strange is going on with cats in Bluey. Characters talk about them, even blame them for attacking birds, but we never see a single one. Not on the streets, not at school, not hiding in the background. The whole world seems full of dogs and other animals, but cats are missing, like someone banned them from existing. Did the dogs win some secret war? Did the cats refuse to evolve into talking citizens? Whatever happened, the silence feels louder with every episode. 22. Bluey exists inside her own world. In The Quiet Game, Bandit and the kids pass a shop window where a television is playing an episode of Bluey. It is not a show that looks like Bluey. It is unmistakably the same one we are watching. That moment creates a strange loop where the characters seem to live in a world that also broadcasts their adventures. It feels playful on the surface, yet the idea is bizarre if you stop to think about it. Somewhere inside Bluey's universe, the healers could sit down on their couch and watch themselves live their lives. 23. Long dogs with a purpose. Everyone spots the long dog Easter eggs hidden around Bluey, but some are more than random decorations. A long dog with a whisk shows up in the duck cake episode as Bandit bakes. Another one wears a cheetah outfit when Bluey and Bingo run around in animal onesies. Even the dirt episode hides one with long hair near the bathtub. The designs actually match what is happening in the story. The long dogs are not just hiding, they are in on the joke. 24. Bandit's favorite newspaper. Bandit reads the same newspaper in 2 completely different episodes, 15 episodes apart. Same front page, same photo of a dog playing soccer, like time in Bluey never moved forward. Maybe Bandit pretends to read it so the kids leave him alone. Maybe the animators just copied it to save time. Or maybe that paper is cursed like the $5 bill, destined to haunt the Healer family forever. Whatever the reason, Bandit clearly is not getting any fresh news in that house. 25. The pets nobody talks about. Bluey's world is full of dogs who talk, drive cars, and run schools. But sometimes we catch hints of other animals slipping through. There is a kid carrying an iguana at the vet. A goldfish sits in a tank like it is no big deal. The kids even pretend to be pet kittens during a game in one episode, which means somebody in this universe must own a cat somewhere. The show never explains the rules. It just drops these small moments like there is a bigger animal kingdom living quietly off-screen. 26. Indy's secret hunger. Indy smiles through her vegan lunches, but you can see the cracks if you watch closely. At the market, she skips half the food stalls because nothing fits her family's diet. She nods politely when Bandit chokes down a vegan roast at her house. But later, she chases Winton pretending he is a pig on the run. That is not normal behavior for someone thrilled about salads. Indy never complains, yet every clue suggests she might trade tofu for a sausage in 2 seconds if nobody was watching. 27. Bluey's belt upgrade. Bluey's karate story barely gets screen time, but the details hide in plain sight. Early episodes show her wearing a white beginner's belt at class. Later, without fanfare, she appears in the same room with a yellow belt tied neatly around her waist. Nobody mentions the promotion. There is no big trophy moment or cheering crowd. The show just lets her skill level change quietly in the background while everyone else argues about snacks or games. It feels real, like life, where small achievements happen even if nobody stops to clap every single time. 28. The Fridge of Secrets. The Healer family fridge is a scrapbook hiding in plain sight. Watch the background and you will see drawings taped across the door showing events from earlier episodes. There is the disastrous duck cake Bandit tried to bake. There is Radley holding hands with Frisky, surrounded by hearts. Even Muffin shows up with an angry face drawn in bright crayon. Each picture freezes one chaotic moment from past adventures and hangs it where the whole family can see it. The fridge tells the story of Bluey's world better than half the dialogue ever does. Those were the secrets hiding behind all the happy music and dancing games. But be honest, are we reading too much into Bluey, or is this show secretly darker than anyone admits? Drop your thoughts below and hit the bell because the next reveal might be even wilder.